Let's say you own a bank. How much time and money would you spend considering how you might prepare for the International Energy Agency's net zero by 2050 scenario? Or maybe you own an insurance company. How concerned are you with staying aligned with the Paris Climate Accords? Maybe you own an energy company. How much time and money do you spend considering how you might go about producing less energy? These all sound like ridiculous proposals that have nothing to do with a company being profitable, and that's true. But if you own an index fund, you probably own a small share of a real bank or energy company, and you are likely voting in favor of resolutions exactly like these. This is especially the case if you are a member of a state retirement system. State retirement funds have over $5 trillion in holdings. Lots of money invested means these funds own lots of shares of the companies they invest in, and they invest in loads of public companies. State pension plans have an outsized influence on general trends within the investment industry. So, say a network of political activists were able to organize and gain influence over the investment practices of pensions, foundations, and large investment firms. They could have a major impact on the ways companies operate. They could even attempt to make a company do something ridiculous, like calling for an insurance company to stop insuring fossil fuel projects, or for an energy company to produce less energy. This is happening. It's happening from multiple directions, and it's happening with the goal of imposing the standards of environmental, social, and governance policies, ESG. Activist organizations buy enough shares of a company to introduce these resolutions for a vote. Investment firms, advisors, and consultants heavily market ESG products and services and incorporate ESG principles into supposedly non-ESG products. Institutional investors like foundations or state pensions further advance this activism by making ESG a priority in their investment practices. California and New York's major pensions are active promoters of ESG investing, and many states are also active promoters without even realizing it. How can a state unwittingly promote ESG? Well, it's very complicated to engage with hundreds of companies as a shareholder, so state pensions contract that duty to a proxy advisory firm who vote on behalf of the pension when these ESG resolutions are brought forward. When it comes to pensions, I can almost guarantee the proxy advisor firm is either ISS or Glass Lewis, which combined control over 90% of the market. How they vote is how the pensions vote, and they often vote in favor of these resolutions in opposition to the leadership actually running the company. The activists, the investment firms, the proxy advising firms, they're all working in coordination with advocacy organizations like Ceres, Climate Action 100, and others to impose ESG on the financial industry. This is a conspiracy. It's a classic hub and spoke conspiracy, a network of colluding organizations using your retirement savings to coerce companies into bowing to ESG, an ideology aimed at dismantling our reliable domestic energy production and leading us into energy poverty. Expensive energy means expensive food, expensive gas, expensive bills. Energy poverty is just poverty. Luckily, over 15 states have passed laws or regulations combating these practices, and the rest of the states should do the same. Public pensions are not the place for politics, and they must move away from ESG policy so they can focus on nothing but their fiduciary duty to their members. You can learn more about these colluding networks or ESG and state pensions at lifepower.org.